The passion runs deep here in Norman, Oklahoma, or as they say, Sooner born and sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead. Welcome to Oklahoma and the home of the Sooners. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Missouri Tigers, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Oklahoma's offense will have the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Give to the running back. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree. Arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen, and a guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries.
And he hauls it in inside the 30. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Here we go straight ahead. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play call? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Tigers offense will go to work for the first time. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying play action. Oh, that's going to be a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
After getting caught for a safety, they're lined up and ready to kick it off. Now on the return. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that they're bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is
fires toward the end zone. And he makes the catch, but just a hair out of the back of the end zone. It'll be incomplete. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Mullins. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. Now remember, they were stopped on 4th down earlier in the first quarter, but they'll try it again. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
no doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. They just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Getting some heat. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
It's complete to the right. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Second and short now after that completion. They'll run play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. You think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always had good quarterback play, guys that could play up-tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norman, Oklahoma.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. No shot to return that one as he booted it out of the back of the end zone. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the back.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On second down, he's looking downfield. Grabbed behind the line, it's Powell. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Got it set up on the outside. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking a punt.
Sends it downfield. Snags it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooner. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. USC is down right now, but this lead is not insurmountable. This is a program that's produced Keyshawn Johnson and Lynn Swann, so good playmaking is always a possibility. They're trailing by 10 to Nebraska. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. They feed him again. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Still on his feet at the 45. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they gets him down at the 37.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. set up for 2nd and short after that completion.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He got it.
Oklahoma 16, Missouri 3.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. The Sooner offense returns to the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Quarterback extends the play. He's got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
So the offense gets an automatic 1st down after the roughing the passer penalty. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. And this passing game has them calling Boomer and answering Sooner again.
And they're starting to get this crowd jacked up and this crowd riled up. And listen, they love their team. And, dude, think about all the success Oklahoma has had over the years. Different casts of characters. But one thing they always have, offensive success.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 1st down here for the offense. The snap sets up to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Got room at the 35. Oh, it's out. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. 2nd down after the offense recovered its own fumble. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down.
The old toss, right? Toss it to him on the perimeter, get on the edge quickly. The receivers better block on the outside. Go get me some positive yards, get a fast guy in space. Nice play call.
Fires to the wideout. Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He's got him this time.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
The Sooners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run.
And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now on 2nd and goal. They'll test the right side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he's coming out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quickly complete. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Missouri has it ready to go with another 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. One more snap coming before halftime. He wants to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football.
The Sooners will line up to kick off and start the second half. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Tigers are in the hurry-up. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense denies this offense. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense won this round.
Off the play fake. Looking to scramble. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force more points.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Snags it over the middle. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Looks as if he's going to run it. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Wants to return it. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't call it in inbound.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to get to it. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Sooners will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Another incompletion on 3rd down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the returner goes down. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
From the gun, give on the inside. He has been in see-ball, get-ball mode all day, and he is making his mark in this rivalry game, guys.
I'll tell you, he was sick and tired of reading about and hearing about the offenses coming into this one. This guy had his own designs and his own plans. He has been balling, David, all over the field.
Man, it's so fun. A rivalry game, you have so much emotion, so much passion. Well, guess what? You can let that out on defense. And defense, you can fly around, make plays, and he's been doing it all game long.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pass on the way, it's picked off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. Touchdown Sooners! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, return to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Coming after him. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Trying to move them on the counter. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Get set, get set.
He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force the negative play.
He lets it fly. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Sooners line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play...
Lost one deep down the right side. And that pass intercepted. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Had to get rid of it quickly. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gets open down the middle. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense. And that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
He just broke the century mark, 100 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Got 6 on first down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here's the handoff. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the punishment has been extended. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Wants to throw on 2nd down. Got his man down the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll try to get the first through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Got his man.
This offense has their work cut out for him, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They're working that left side. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. The Tigers are marching down the field. They're going to throw it again. They're bringing heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds his target down the middle. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. And here comes the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll take it on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. The give to the left. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Easy completion on the shuffle. Jumped on top of the pile. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to get it through the air. On the run, still looking. Lets it fly. Wide open downfield. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. With jet sweep pass. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal.
29.
Try to barge their way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated,